This video is going to be a crazy one. So, once upon a time, back in March, I went to a little place in St. Louis called Transworld. Transworld is a Halloween convention for all types of vendors, companies, and organizations to show off animatronics, props, decor, costumes, masks, accessories, basically anything you can think of. Besides that, it was also an amazing experience to meet with fellow haunters and get together to see what's new for Halloween. But was I really there for the experience? Of course not. I was really there for something else. And no, I wasn't there to steal Brick Thunder's Colossus or to housekeep. There was something better that I wanted. Something that really caught my attention the entire time. Now, I've mostly been prone to retail items from, of course, our favorite company, Spirit Halloween. They have great prices, don't they? They really just have amazing prices. But this place was on a different level, and not only in prices. And one booth in particular had me peeled for hours. By far, my favorite company had to have been Distortions Unlimited. Their booth was so cool. But there was specifically one thing that I kept looking at. One thing that kept me peeled for hours and hours at their booth. I bet you could just guess what prop it is by now. Well, if you looked at the title, it's definitely Mutant. Just kidding. Haha. It's actually Creepshow. So I was there looking at one prop the entire time. Them. The holy grail of clowns. The show that really gives a creep. No pun intended, definitely. Creepshow just became my favorite, really. And now, it did break down a couple of times during the show, and I'm going to be very, very honest. I may or may not have been the direct cause of that. I know for sure I at least activated them at good 60 times. I'm very sorry, Ed, please forgive me. But it did help me make a good decision on whether or not if I could really do this. Now, these things aren't cheap at all. At the time of around Transworld, they were priced at $3,850, if I recall, which isn't your typical Spirit prop pricing or just really any retail prop pricing at all, or any prop I've ever really gotten. There's never been this one that has cost this much. So this was a big deal and something that would last and be used for years to come. Now, clearly, I would also need to find a way to pay for this huge price point, even if I could consider it. You could roughly get like 12-foot skeletons with the price of that, or 11 nozzles, which clearly everyone wants, right? Like, imagine just 11 nozzles in one room. That'd be awesome. Also, I haven't even considered how much space this thing would take up, or where I would even put it, and also the fact that it uses air, which normally runs way, way higher grade props and things. So it's not your standard 6-volt 2-amp adapter, you plug it in and that's it. It is many steps. So there was many factors I had to consider to even think about if I could really do this. But after roughly a month and a half after Transworld, I finally made up my mind. I finally had a plan. I was going to sell a bunch of props, use some money from working, and anything else I could get from these two fellow clowns. So what I did for Creepshow was I paid for them in down payments. I paid for half of them in the 1st of May, and then now I have to wait months and months until they ship to pay for the last half. Now, it's basically around August-ish. I haven't really gotten any updates on them yet, but then September comes around. I get an email from Marcia, who works at Distortions Unlimited, saying it's ready to go. It was finally the time. The show would come to my house. They were finally ready to ship, and Distortions even made a video on them on making the last Creepshow, and you can even see mine in the video, in which there was only 6 of them produced. So out of 6 people, one of me, one Ryan's Haunts, owns this beast. The thought of that was just mind-blowing to me. And then roughly a week later goes by, and now we're here.
Oh gosh, it's coming, guys, it's coming. It's here, it's here. Oh no. I'm not ready for this. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez.
Makes this day fun.
Here they are, Creepshow all wrapped up. Oh my gosh, I literally can't believe this right now. You can see up there Little Creep's shoe. It seems like it's only 8 feet right now. They did say they shortened it for shipping, so that does make sense that Little Creep is only 8 feet, and that's about, that's close to 8 feet, his shoe up there. But yeah, they are under all of this wrap, and I'm just freaking out now. So I'm going to unravel all of this, and we'll see what happens from there. So yeah, oh my gosh guys, we can see the back right now. Oh my gosh, this is literally crazy. We're like getting close to seeing him. You can see some of his clothes in there. Oh my gosh, I am literally freaking out. I'm gonna get the rest of this guy unwrapped, but holy guacamole. Here we are. Creepshow is ready to go, and this is literally insane. This is by far the best quality animatronic Halloween decoration I have ever owned. This is clearly on a different scale and a different level than anything I have ever owned ever. The detail, the quality of this entire thing is just off the charts. First of all, steel base. Second of all, real shoes with laces. Look at that, literally real shoes. Third thing, real straight jacket, which is just crazy. Full foam latex, full body of foam latex. And then look at the head of Creep. Look at this detail. Just look at that. Those eyes are creepy. The veins, the detail, the zippers, it's literally just insane. It's on a different level. Look at the teeth as well. The teeth have so much gloss. They look really, really yellow, look really, really creepy like a monster. And then he also has punched in hair. And then up here we have Little Creep, which of course, he is looking so scary with his mouth open like that. Look at that gloss. Look at his eyes. It's really, really great amount of detail. And there's his spikes on his head too. And he also has hair. The Little Creep that's a static doesn't have hair. So it's very cool to have hair on this guy. And then of course he's in his iconic pose up there, which looks awesome. Also, real shoes as well. This thing is just insanely different. This thing is just built different compared to any other thing ever, really. This is literally the best of the best. Distortions literally knocks it out of the park. They are definitely by far my favorite professional company after owning this thing right here. This is insane. I cannot thank the team enough for creating this amazing clown, or amazing set of clowns, I'm sorry. Now for the air compressor, I'm only using a 25 gallon, which is not what they really recommended. They recommended like a 35 gallon or above, but just for testing, I think it should be fine. It's just not going to refill that fast because it's a bit lower in gallon size, but it should be good enough to run and test Creepshow. So I am very excited to finally air them up for the first time. Now, for Creepshow to actually get air, we have to find the compressor hose, which is right there, and then we find this exposed hose right here, and then we simply just put the air compressor hose into this hose right here coming from Creepshow. And all I have to do is kind of just slip this down like that, and then go here, and then give it a push right there, and then kind of slip it off, and then boom. They can be hooked up to air now, and once we turn the compressor on, they will become alive. So this is very, very exciting. Now back here is definitely the most interesting part for me because it is all the mechanics to control this beast. We have cylinders, solenoids, all of these things going on behind him that really makes the Creepshow. Now first we're going to start down here with the speaker, and this speaker is insane quality. This thing is loud and you can adjust it with the dials right here, and you can also turn it on right there, and that's the actual plug-in for it. But this speaker is amazing, especially for these guys because they do have a B mode, and the music is something that you cannot mute. This music needs to be heard across the entire world. So having a good quality speaker like this makes the whole entire prop. Now behind the speaker, kind of bolted into the side, we have the Flex controller, which basically is kind of like the module for Creepshow. The Flex controller has been used by many other Distortions props as well, so this is not uncommon, and it is basically, like I said, kind of the module for Creepshow. It tells it what to do at certain times. It is basically the coding for Creepshow. And then back here, correct me if I'm wrong, I think these are solenoids, but either way, this is kind of where you test all the functions for Creepshow. This is for both Little Creep's legs right here, this is for Creep's head, this is for the air cannon, This right here is for Creep's side-to-side movement, and then up here we have the scissor mechanism. So you kind of just test out all those functions and play with it a bit. I've already been playing with it. That's clearly how I know all the functions and what they do. But yeah, it is a very, very interesting system in the back here. So like I said, Creepshow has two modes. He has B mode, and then he has the mode of where he is activating, he's lunging forward, the air cannon is spewing out, and his strobe light is going on. In the B mode, Little Creep and Creep here both move. Little Creep goes side to side, and his legs kick, and Creep moves his head up and down. There's also some air that does spew out a bit in the air cannon, but it's only fully activated in, like, you know, the actual mode where he activates. And to actually activate him, I did get a clicker here. So there's a little clicker, you kind of just turn it on, and then boom, he shoots out and then he goes. So it's very, very cool. Very, very simple. And then now, for some differences I did notice between the Transworld version and then the produced model. Now clearly I have noticed that his clothes are a lot more darker compared to the Transworld model, which is not a bad thing. I think it actually looks better darker this way. Really, really cool. Also, they got rid of the strobe light that was kind of in front of them. I'm not sure if that was actually on them at the time, but I mean, I could just get my own lighting. I'm going to have my own lighting on them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. They do also have this strobe light right here. But the biggest change that I noticed was that Little Creep's movement is significantly different. He no longer goes up and down, he goes side to side. Now, I'm not really sure why this was changed. If anyone from Distortions is watching this video, I'd really love to know on why it was specifically changed. It seemed like it wasn't working that well because at Transworld, he was breaking down many times and that movement was the only thing that wasn't working. So it does kind of make sense, but it would really, really be interesting to know the exact reason. The side-to-side movement is still really cool though. I think it still holds up with the effect. It's still basically him balancing, you know, a clown up there. But I really wonder why they remove that. Also, another thing I did notice on Creepshow, the music loop of when they actually go out has been shortened compared to Transworld. This is what it's like now. Also, for pretty much all the demos, I actually had it on like 100 PSI, and they do seem a bit faster, or at least Creep. Creep seems to lunge faster. I'm not really sure what PSI they were at Transworld, but it does seem like at just like 100 PSI, he does move relatively faster than the one at Transworld, if I remember correctly. Other than that, I'm pretty sure those were all the differences I could spot from Transworld that was changed on Creepshow. I also love how Creep's jump scare is literally just a sensory overload. You got Creep actually coming out from the scissor mech, then you have the air cannon spraying in your face, then you have this strobe light in your face. It's really like kind of a sensory just destruction, and it really adds to, I gotta admit, I love it so much. Also, we just gotta appreciate Little Creep's leg movement here. Just look at that smooth leg movement. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It is so wonderful. Once again, I cannot thank Distortions enough. This has literally just been such an insane journey, 7-month journey really, since this all began. And as you have guessed, they are still here and looking really, really good. Now, I did have to shorten Little Creep for storage purposes because for now I have to keep him outside, so I did tarp them last night after I did the demos. So yeah, Little Creep is shortened, and that's really a cool thing what they did with Little Creep, that you can kind of like take them off, and it really removes a lot of the weight and stress from, you know, just dealing with Creepshow. It does suck that I have to keep them outside for just a couple of days. Hopefully they will be fine. It's Distortions Unlimited, it's like the best quality, but I still don't like having them outside, especially since they are foam latex, so it is not the greatest idea at all. But for the meantime, I have to.
So guys, that will be the end of the Creepshow video. Once again, I cannot thank Distortions Unlimited and Ed enough. You guys did an amazing job. It is truly an honor, and I'm just really grateful, and it's just an amazing thing. I love it so much. You guys have no idea. Hopefully next year at Trendzold I can actually kind of, you know, talk to y'all more. I didn't really talk to y'all that much, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of shy. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you liked Creepshow. What do you guys think of Creepshow? Put it down in the comments below, and comment down what is your favorite Distortions prop. I thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. More content will be coming out in the month of the spooky season, October. See you guys in the next video. Have a good day, and just, what was I gonna? Just do stuff. Go make a sandwich. And always remember, it's
Dinolicious!